I will not mention this story another time, but she was my BC teacher once a week, and she was one shining example of what teaching should be for dummies in calculus BC. Mrs. Green, Mr. Galasso, please stand up. I know you're here. Stand up. They trained me well, and they worked me hard. Mrs. Reedy, Dr. Donahue, you stood up, right? Stand up again. There's so many other people to thank in this journey. I have maybe 15, 16 more years of it left before I sign the papers, Mr. Klein. I would like to thank the Alfred P. Sloan Foundation, the Fund for the City of New York, colleagues past and present, the administration, and particularly the students of the Bronx High School of Science for recognizing my mission. And my parents who can't be here, well, doesn't matter, we'll get them a DVD of this. Mom and Dad, this is for you, this award. Thank you.
Our final speaker is indeed the one person who needs no introduction, and I think the last half an hour must have been a hugely satisfying moment in his career and his life, certainly as Chancellor of the New York City school system. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Chancellor Joel Klein.
Thank you very much, Mary, and you're exactly right. It's really been a remarkable afternoon, and I thank you and the Fund for bringing this all together, the Sloan Foundation and Paul Jaskow, its president, for having the wisdom to fund it. Sheldon, you and the entire selection committee, not just for your devotion to science and math, but also for having chosen so wisely today. I don't think there's anyone here who wasn't impressed and moved by what they heard tonight from these great teachers who came before us. And you know, it proves once again that greatness in teaching is the capacity to use words to open lives for others. And you see it right here in this room, and you see these thankfully very loud students of ours who are actually showing you firsthand what it means by being here, coming here, loving these people for having changed their lives. And, you know, I was struck by so many things that were said, but one in particular moved me, and I wanted to comment on it for a second. One of our honorees, Catherine Cooper, ended her comments by thanking us for showing that excellence exists in teaching. And, you know, I thought about that because everyone who's talked knows that excellence exists in teaching. Indeed, virtually everyone talked about that teacher or those teachers who changed their life. For me, it was Sidney Harris, my physics teacher at Bryant High School across the bridge in Astoria. And what I thought about is we all know it exists, and yet we so rarely celebrate excellence in teaching. And that's what I thought Ms. Cooper was talking about. You know, last night the Yankees won the series. What's the first thing they do? They choose the most valuable player, right? And we all know the academies, we referenced them tonight, the Emmys, the Oscars, and, you know, the Nobels. And so in virtually every field, we are wise enough to celebrate excellence. And why not in teaching? What is more important to the future of our society? Just yesterday, the president was in Milwaukee. First anniversary of his election, what does he do? He goes to Milwaukee to talk about education and points out that our future, not just our economic future, but our well-being depends on us doing a very different job in science and math. Indeed, we now have an acronym for it. It's called the STEM area, right? Science, technology, engineering, and math. And yet, in this, the most important fields, the one in which our future is being built, we all know that despite saluting these great people today, we have so far to come. And I want to thank you, and if I can get your name right, it's Nicola Vitale. I want to thank you for making a big deal about excellence at Banana Kelly. Now, because really, excellence and Bronx science are synonymous, and we want that always to be. But we also know excellence at Banana Kelly is entirely possible. We saw it happen here tonight. And for too long, we thought excellence was limited to elite institutions. But you see, I believe in America, every kid in every zip code of every color, regardless of their family income, is entitled to excellent teachers to give them the opportunities that these youngsters who are here today are going to have. And I believe if we celebrate excellence, if we shine a spotlight, and yes, it's okay, and I know teachers don't care about money, but each one of them took the check. It's okay to give them a few extra dollars as part of their reward. But most of all, to talk about our values as a people. See, you know, to me, I was at Yankee Stadium last night and I heard this woman, she sang it so beautifully. And these 7 words are my credo: God bless America, land that I love. But I believe this land that I love, that gave me opportunities that were unimaginable for a kid who grew up in public housing, I believe this land that I love will never be the land that I want her to be, until every kid in every corner gets really great teachers to help transform their lives. And that's why today is so important, because these people will do the work. They will do it heroically. But we need to say to them, look, the world, as much as I love the Yankees, the world will be fine without a World Series or a most valuable player. The world won't be right. America won't be right unless greatness permeates all of our classrooms. Today, you did a real service by shining a spotlight on these people. On behalf of every kid whose lives they've touched, and their colleagues as well, as Chancellor, I want to thank them, salute them, and thank all of you for coming here today to salute greatness.
I can't think of a better way to bring to a conclusion the first annual Sloan Awards for Excellence in Teaching Science and Mathematics in New York City high schools, and thank you, Chancellor Klein. In honoring the 7 individuals tonight who are representative of the best science and math teachers in New York City, we honor great teachers throughout this city, those who are passionate about their subjects, committed to making sure their students learn, and who create nurturing environments in which their students learn to excel and learn to love learning. I speak for all of us at the Fund and the Sloan Foundation, the members of the selection panel, that as we return to our jobs tomorrow, whatever they may be, we will do so with a renewed commitment inspired by the teachers that we have seen and celebrated. As you leave tonight, I encourage you to take with you a brochure that describes this program, and we've done something different this time, and that is when you open it, you get a pin-up. And we hope that all of you will take this and hang it up on your wall and daily be inspired by these individuals that we have honored this evening. It was quite helpful that they are also so attractive. And so please join us now in congratulating the winners and their colleagues and continuing this celebration outside in the outer hall. Thank you so much.